Welcome to Wrestling in 60, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic, a show where we present the best matches from around the country's premier wrestling conference, the Big Ten. We begin with our pick at number 7.
Went 8-3 versus Big Ten opponents last season. Mostly in tournaments though, and quickly Rosenfeld's got himself a takedown and then escape from Morley. Quick pace for the big guys here at 285. Again, both motivated for their first Big Ten dual victory of the season. And that's already a second takedown here for Rosenfeld. And he is bringing the energy, immediately releasing Morley again. Rosenfeld immediately on the hunt for bonus points here at the heavyweight level. 6-2 the score early, just 36 seconds gone. Rosenfeld one fall, one tech fall this season. Morley just the 2 victories all year, both by decision. Coming off a tech fall loss is Morley against Michigan State. Meanwhile, Wisconsin's win over MSU, Rosenfeld lost in an 11-4 decision to Max Venadia of Michigan State. And after a whole lot of energy in the opening 30 seconds or so, this has slowed down a little bit. It's another takedown, though, for Rosenfeld. Lets Morley go. Rosenfeld feeling and looking confident here. Rosenfeld, though, looking for a 4th takedown of this opening period. Morley just looking to get something going. A minute to go here in the first period. What a performance so far by Gannon Rosenfeld, the North Mankato, Minnesota native. Dirk Morley, his first year as a starter, gaining a lot of experience this year for the Wildcats. And Morley getting some very specific coaching here from the bench. Morley, can he get his first takedown of the match? He can, with a big cheer from the Wildcats bench with 20 seconds to go in the first period. That's what Northwestern fans and his teammates and coaches wanted to see out of Dirk Morley here. Morley, who recorded 5 fall victories in his redshirt season, went 9-12 last year. And now he's got the advantage of riding time as the first period ends. If Rosenfeld expended too much energy early in the first period and didn't get enough points out of it. Did kind of feel like he was going for broke as Morley gets the escape. 9-7, Rosenfeld in the lead here in the heavyweight bout. Rosenfeld looking for another takedown, but Morley playing better defense on this occasion. Rosenfeld has started all but 1 duel this season. That's another takedown for him. It'll be a stalemate, 12-7, Rosenfeld leads. And if the Badgers have their way, they'll be in a spot where they'll be trying to defend a lead against some of the strength of the Wildcats lineup. Morley gets the escape. Just over a minute to go in the second period at 285. Rosenfeld the height advantage, but Morley looks like he might have the size advantage overall. That's a takedown for Morley, and he's within a point. The best overall match we've seen so far tonight. Yes, there was a tech fall already, but in terms of both wrestlers going for it and getting results, this is by far the most exciting yet. Our fourth match of the night here between the Wildcats and the Badgers. Both teams looking for a second conference dual victory. Wisconsin in their final Big Ten duel of the regular season. The escape for Rosenfeld as time winds down in the second period. But we have a grandstand finish set up here at 285 to begin period 3. Rosenfeld gets the easy escape and leads by 3. Morley did well there to avoid a takedown that might have put the match out of reach. And Morley free his right leg. Get out of this position. Instead, no takedown, and it's a stalemate again. Good defense by Dirk Morley. Can Rosenfeld hold on? Can Morley execute what would be a very impressive come-from-behind victory? And still Rosenfeld clinging to an ankle. Morley trying to get around the back, and Rosenfeld just hanging on. Wildcats want a stalling warning. Rosenfeld still just hanging on to that foot. Morley just has to improvise at this point if he's going to get anywhere here. It's a better position for the Northwestern heavyweight. They'll have a takedown if he can free that foot. And there it is, a takedown ties it at 14. And if Morley can get enough riding time, he might win this thing. Dirk Morley knows he's now in control. Rosenfeld's out of gas and in big trouble here. If Morley can just keep him on the mat, Northwestern will win this heavyweight round. Morley, can he get the mat return? He can. Time winds down, and Dirk Morley, what an effort. He secures the riding time point, and he wins by decision for his first conference dual win in the Big Ten of the year. 3 more big team points for the Wildcats after a truly blistering and impressive start from Gannon Rosenfeld.
Let's take a look at our pick at number 6.
Talk about a grinder. Maybe not a coffee grinder, but this guy's a grinder. That guts and gumption and grit that I love. Man, this guy has it. But
from Powell, Ohio, Olentangy Liberty won a couple of state titles. Fargo champion, 11-0, 7-0 in the Big Ten. Levi Haynes, 14-1 in the season.
Haynes is good at every position. I mean, he attacks legs as well as anyone out there below the knee and finishes high percentage of finish rate.
Levi Haynes in his career 21-0 in the Big Ten, 34-1 overall. Here's Harchla in deep on a single leg. Crackdown position.
This is where you got to finish. He's trying to get that right arm across. And if he can get that above the knee, it's going to make the call easy for Ray Santiago.
Tight chest lock here from Levi Haynes.
Yeah, Haynes has that right arm trapped down there. Let him wrestle.
No points awarded as Haynes continues to defend. And now Harchla appears to be in better position.
Trying to hook that leg, and he gets it.
Carson Harchla takes the early lead, 3-0.
Big early takedown for Harchla.
Only the second time that Haynes has been taken down in a dual meets. The only other person to take him down this season.
We got one.
And that was for the win.
Yeah,
and that was for the win. It was the only takedown.
Carson Hartzler spent his first 4 seasons at 165. This is his second at 174. An All-American in 2022 when he placed 7th. He's battled some injuries while wrestling in that Buckeyes singlets. Great to see him back and healthy as he pursues the podium, the top of the podium here in 2025. And Hartzler, Tim, once again with a leg attack.
Nice job of coming up. He wants to get those hips underneath him. It's really hard to do, especially Haynes so good at keeping the weight on his head there, the hips on the head.
Stop, stalemate.
Claw ride there from Hartzler off the whistle.
Ready control. I got 1 green.
1 point is skated to Haynes of Penn State. Wrestlers are back neutral.
Fingers, get out of fingers.
Escape makes it 3-2.
Hartzler does a really nice job of keeping good position, but it's going to be how does he do as we get later into the match here? We've seen Haynes go as far as 13 minutes, you know, into overtime, a second overtime, and tough matches. This is it's been over a year since Hartzler really has been on the mat until this year because of the injuries, and so right now Hartzler doing a tremendous job of keeping great position. Hand
Levi
fighting.
Haynes has never lost to a Big Ten opponent in his career.
1 minute remains, second period. 1
Fingers.
minute.
60 seconds here in the second period. Counterattack here from Hartzler. Once again, single leg, similar position.
Don't give up your hips. Don't give up your knees. You got to stay in there. He's doing a nice job. See, he's crunching over under there. Got to find a good position for his head.
Stalemate.
Levi Haynes, the 2023 Big Ten Freshman of the Year. He beat Peyton Robbins' sudden victory to win that Big Ten title. Last year beat Will Luana, Michigan, to win his second Big Ten crown. Hartzler works to his feet, peels the fingers and escapes. It's a 4-2 match, riding time and on factor.
Keep it clean, keep it clean.
And if you're Hartzler, of course, Tim, you want to stay offensive.
Well, you know you can score. And oh, nice job by the re-attack by Haynes right there. Comes across and step over.
Great defense
For
here
a
from
save.
Hartzler. But Levi Haynes stays
Because he
patient
kept moving even though he's down.
and gets the 3-point takedown for his first lead of the match.
And even though he was on the mat, it was his feet that were moving there. The laces were up. He was driving through. Great series there by Haynes.
Levi Haynes, 55 seconds away from getting out of Columbus with a W. He's got that bottom leg Turk.
Yeah, it's a tough position for Hartzler to be in. Haynes trying to elevate, and if he can elevate, he'll turn the shoulders. He didn't get 2 swipes, he only got 1.
Fun match here with Haynes and Hartzler. We're inside of 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is really more of a ride. I've got the win, he says, because he's not trying to get above the knee, but he's still elevating. And so that's a tough place to be for Hartzler. Haynes smothering him, got the leg hooked.
And Levi Haynes is going to take riding time over 60 seconds.
Keep working, gentlemen.
Levi Haynes with a takedown.
Warning, bottom
And
line.
riding time will remain unbeaten against Big Ten opponents. 6-4 decision. And Levi Haynes is now 22-0 all time in Big Ten dual meets. Tim, you said it before, he's a guy that just finds a way. Now let's take a look at our pick at number 5.
149, it's Andy Clark and Clayton Jones for Rutgers and Michigan State, respectively. Andrew Clark hover around that top 20 area this year, Matt. And again, we talk about guys who are having their best seasons of their careers. We just talked about Oliveri, who's now 15-5 on the season. Clark is 18-9. by far his best year as a Scarlet Knight, and what better time to do it than his final season?
Absolutely. There he's in on a nice shot, looking to finish it off for 3 points. Jones hanging, locking through the crotch there, though.
Back to that treetop. Oliveira coming out, or excuse me, Clark coming out the back here. He'll turn around. He's got both ankles, but Jones still hanging on to the foot. Clark going to scoot his hips. Can he get his foot free? And he does get free. That's a takedown for Clark. Clark's 55-50 in his career. Qualified for NCAAs back in 2023. That was out in Tulsa. That's when he was at 157. Clark's been wrestling as heavy as 165 in his career, Matt, but he finally made the cut back down to 149 this year. A lot better, a lot quicker. And I'll tell you what, for a bigger dude at 149, certainly a lot stronger, and that's evident by his top 20 ranking.
Oh, yeah, he looks bigger than most kids he wrestles.
Trying to trap an arm behind the back here is Clark. And try to run that half on the right side. Jones still in his base, though.
He's got that arm bar in.
He's got Jones a little bit flatter. Jones hipping down, though, trying to avoid it. See if Clark can run the arm, but now a half on the other side, so he's got both options here. See if he can run it.
He's doing a good job of keeping that arm bar at 90 degrees. As soon as it starts turning up the back is when they're going to call you for potentially dangerous. He's got it deep, though.
Jones, just a redshirt freshman, 6-9 on the campaign for the Spartans. Clark still working with that trapped arm. It looks like the arm bar came loose, and Jones able to free his arm for the moment. But Clark immediately going back to wrist control. Under a minute to go in the first. Jones to his feet. Clark trying to hook a leg. And Jones able to shake him off for the escape point. Shot from Clark again. Got a little extended, though. Good sprawl by Jones. He'll circle behind and searching for a leg in his own. Now Clark's going to dive on the feet. Try to force the scramble here. They're still near the boundary. He's going to hang on to that foot, and out of bounds they go. Shot there from Jones on a double. Got good leverage, and he gets Clark to his back. That's a takedown and near fall points. He's going to get 4 there. Big change.
Yeah, it's a big swing at the end of this first period. To be able to put up a 6-point move with under 20 seconds to go. Looks like Clark might have got a little banged up there, though, Nick.
Yeah, his knee kind of went back a little bit as he was trying to defend the shot. See if he needs injury time here. It's 8-3, Clayton Jones with the 7-point move. He's limping a little bit. He's back up to his feet, though. Yeah, and because of the injury time, Jones had the choice. So he's going to choose down to try to score another point here. Actually, I beg your pardon. It is the start of the second period. That was at the buzzer, so. Trying to get it out here, see if Clark can maintain a ride. He did a good job.
Yeah, riding
first
time
period.
up over 1:30 now.
We saw in that first period, Clark was trying to work that arm bar.
Yeah, that armbar half combo. He's got like the ratchet now. Trying to post that left arm on Jones's back. Now the armbar comes in again. Going to try to run that right over his ear.
He's got it deep, but you see Jones doing a good job hipping down with that left hip. See
Oh,
he might get
tilt.
a tilt. Clark bringing him back. He's got to watch his own back here. Jones adjusting. And now Clark is going to get near fall points. He's going to get 4.
That's huge. We got a match again.
He's up to 7, and Jones is out for 1. So Jones still maintaining this 2-point lead. A nice job with by Andy Clark for the armbar tilt.
Yeah, Clark was running that armbar and just decided to take it the other way for that tilt. Jones did a good job of not going to his back with the armbar, but until that tilt came in, unable to stop it.
Jones trying to pass by near the edge. Clark maintaining this position in front. They go ear to ear. Shot here, single leg. Clark near the boundary, elevating. Can he keep him in? Trying to drag him back in. He's got 25. Jones tried to somersault him, and Clark ends up on top for the takedown.
I have no idea what that was from Clayton Jones. He just grabbed his head and pulled Clark on top of him.
I mean, the only thing I could think of, Matt, is Jones tried to just latch
Somersault
on.
out of bounds.
Yeah, just try to latch onto him, get the foot behind his knee, and maybe just elevate him backwards.
That was strange, though. We'll take it.
Clark's going to be up 10-9 going into the third period. Again, I think he tried to get his feet behind Clark and just try to elevate him out of bounds. I mean, that's more of those desperation moves where you try to just end up on top of a guy for a pin if you're down big. But Clark back in on a shot as they began this period neutral. Clark coming around, and he's got the takedown. He's up 13-9, so Clark, who gave up a 7-point move in the first period, has battled back. He's back up by 4, and he has loads of riding time. It is now secured. Jones out for 1, 13-10. Clark on a shot. Jones defending, trying to re-attack, and now they're back to their feet. Essentially a 4-point lead for Clark right now, but as we saw in the first period, Jones can score in a hurry.
Clark has definitely been the much better wrestler on his feet here throughout this match, so advantage goes to him right now. I'd like to see him get back to his offense, really put this match away.
Well, Jones has made it interesting. Little misdirection from Jones. Good job by Clark to square back up. Couple fakes there from Clark, 45 seconds. Another shot from Clark, single leg. Good hips there from Jones. Overhooks now. Trying an inside trip. He's going to throw Clark, and Clark recovers. 30 seconds.
Dangerous position, but Clark able to roll through.
Jones working on the edge. A good job by Clark to pass him by. Goes back towards the center. 15 seconds. They're head-to-head now, short time. Can Jones muster up one more throw here? Clark maintaining. And Andy Clark answers in the latter 2 periods. He'll win this one 14-10 in a wild affair. Rutgers takes a 15-0 lead after 4 bouts.
Yeah, not Andrew Clark's best match, but he really did battle back. Shows you the type of wrestler he is, giving up that 7-point move at the end of the first period. Didn't let it get to him.
Now let's take a look at our pick for number 4.
It's supposed to be a big-time matchup.
Yeah, one loss between the 2 freshmen here. They're having great seasons. Gabe Arnold suffered his first loss last week against Silas Allred from Nebraska. Good match, and then just an interesting matchup of styles here, too. See Gabe Arnold, Silas stay in the center of the mat most of the time. You can see the size difference in height. This is a challenge for a lot of guys that are a little bit bigger in stature here, and we're wrestling a guy that, Gabe Arnold, that likes to attack that right leg. He's got a beautiful duck to the right side of McAnally. McAnally keeps that leg back. So I'm sure they had a lot of talk about some sort of misdirection in the Iowa practice room with McAnally, but McAnally is a guy that can go to both sides. And he will attack the right leg below the knee. Arnold's left leg, but it's just really hard to get to. He's so low position to the ground. Talk about this often with him, but a lot of guys, you really have to work on your skill set to drop your low. It's hard to prepare for a guy like this. He drops in on the leg.
McAnally's got the leg of Arnold. Looking to finish the single leg.
He's really good at sweeping, but here he didn't anticipate the roll through. A good job by Arnold.
Arnold with the counter.
Yeah, saw the roll through on that. Arnold able to take advantage of that. You'll get one crack at that against McAnally, but hey, that's enough. I'm sure he'd like to have one of those 59 takedowns, give up one and have one here in this match.
Arnold was out in just 4 seconds.
Always look at the vision of the athletes. Okay, what are they looking at? Right? Inside bicep tie, collar tie. That's an advantage tie for McAnally. A lot of fakes from Arnold. Right there, another fake.
McAnally has allowed just 1 takedown on him in a dual meet this season. Gabe Arnold's trying to get back to the winner's side after a loss to Silas already in South Carver Hawkeye Arena last week.
And both guys had a relatively not easy time, but it was a good, job on their part getting out quickly. Who's going to take that shot? Who's going to be able to get through that head-hands defense? For Arnold, the show on that single leg to the Minnesota M leg, but he really wants to get to that back leg, and McAnally doesn't bring that up very often, so he's got to pick up his pace to be able to get that shot off. Maybe more forward pressure right there. So he glided into that, but he didn't feel confident with that single. This is where guys are starting to take a little bit more risk with their feet. Expect a low shot here for McAnally, right there. Yep.
Just a minute left here. Under a minute for these two. A takedown wins it.
Yeah, the thing that makes it difficult for McAnally is that Gabe Arnold does a great job of carrying his own weight out there. He doesn't really lean into many opponents. When he breaks free, he keeps his balance. Straight on double.
A couple of freshmen with just one combined loss between them. McAnally is a perfect 17-0.
It's a straight-on shot to the leg that he likes to be on. There's that duck to that side. That's where he likes to be.
Victory.
Just no surprise who's going to get on their offense quickly in this meet. Right there, nice job reacting to it. Low shot.
This is now 4 straight matches that have gone to sudden victory or tiebreaker for Gabe Arnold. He's 2-1 in those matches. A takedown wins it for either wrestler.
Oh, right there, there's another low shot attempt that both trying to get to the leg they want to get to. Now it's a shot to the other side here. Limps it out. Anticipates the roll through a little bit better this time. And he scores.
McAnally comes away with a victory at 184 pounds to fire up the crowd. Maturi Pavilion is loving it out of their wrestler here at 184. Max McAnally stays perfect on the season.
Wrestling in 60 is presented by Cliff Keen Athletic. Wrestle with the best. Now let's take a look at our pick for number 3.
What I love about Mendez this year is his energy matches the energy in Cavelli Center tonight. His energy, his overall energy, the late takedowns, he just keeps getting better.
Mendez, a 2-time All-American. He was 6th in Tulsa back in 2023, then down at 133. Bartlett, the 3-time NCAA qualifier, couple-time All-American out of Tempe, Arizona, wrestled at Wyoming Seminary, where he was a 4-time prep national champion. Here's an attack there by Mendez on a single leg. Hard whizzer from Bartlett as Mendez tries to scoop up that near left ankle.
Yeah, he continued on. He got in on that single, but he continues to try to improve his position there. And a nice, hard whizzer by Bartlett gets him out front. But what I like that about Mendez, he shot in. He at the NWCA All-Star, he kind of turned things around by getting an early takedown.
Mendez's last loss was that defeat to Bartlett. That was last February 2nd. It has been over a full calendar year since Mendez has tasted defeat, at least in the college ranks. Mendez was 4-2 last April. Inside Bryce Jordan Center, he was 4th at the Olympic trials. Mendez over under position here. He's got his hands locked.
He's really trying to dig those underhooks there, dictate goes the tempo, and there's a little headlock opportunity that allows Mendez to come in, and close to the Merkle for Bartlett, but Mendez feels it.
And there's a takedown for Bartlett. It comes inside of 20 seconds.
Huge. And
this time, Bo Bartlett strikes first on his feet. Now with 10 seconds, riding Mendez on the edge. Good net awareness as they are out of bounds, back to the center. Bartlett on bottom here to begin this second period. Mendez, half Nelson, now going to switch sides as Bartlett quad pods to his feet.
One green.
And Bo Bartlett, a 4-0 lead. The takedown and the quick escape.
Yeah, Mendez just decided right there, I've got to get a takedown to win.
Fingers.
And so he didn't expend as much energy as he has in the past, because he's done a pretty good job getting 30-second plus rides with Bartlett in the past, but he's got to go to work on his feet now.
Bo Bartlett looking for his 50th dual meet victory in that Penn State singlet.
Work through it, work through it.
4-0 lead, 55 ticks in this second period. And if you're Jesse Mendez, Tim, how are you able to open up Bartlett a little bit and get out off your own leg attacks?
Well, you got to make your collar ties almost violent there. He's really good with those inside collar ties right there, but you got to move, and then you've got to hit. You know, you don't have a full second when the opportunity's there. You got to hit it on that quarter second. So he's got to keep moving him, and look for that opening. But he's got to attack.
Final 15 seconds, second period. Mendez goes on bottom, gets that quick escape. That was big for the Buckeye Mendez. Now he's a takedown away from tying this match up.
But a takedown and ride out from a standpoint of if you're going to go to to sudden. Nice shot by Bartlett. That's the best defense you can have.
Bo Bartlett has Mendez on his hips, looking to clear his head by pushing that left knee away.
Not neutral.
4-1 score as usual with these two. Mendez continues to defend. He's looking for a stalemate. They continue to wrestle. We're down to 110.
Stop, stalemate.
And there's a stalemate, and Mendez's defense keeps him in this match.
Well, there's time, but Mendez needs to go to work, get himself into position, create a little chaos.
1 minute remains in regulation. 1 minute.
Mendez in this matchup has scored late on a couple of occasions. Can he do it again? Collar ties ear to ear.
And that ear to ear, that eats clock. It keeps you at bay. You can't dare. That's what has to happen. He's got to get in there and get into the wrestling position.
But a straight on shot. Mendez taking territory. Another quick shot there off the whistle. Mendez in his sprints. He needs a takedown to tie it.
And Bartlett can take a stall call.
Yes, he can. Bartlett with the shot. Now Mendez with the counterattack. And somehow Bartlett, like a magician, keeps it a 4-1 score.
Very strategic. Great match by Bartlett here. Has himself in a position here to hold on.
Another stall call on Bartlett makes it 4-2. And that is going to be the final score. It's turned into one of the better rivalries, maybe the best rivalry in all of college wrestling on this night. Bo Bartlett gets his arm raised. The Nittany Lion with a 4-2 decision. Now, let's take a look at our pick for number 2.
Zach, just a fantastic place to watch a wrestling meet, the Maturi Pavilion, home of the Gophers, and do a good job putting on a show here. Fans always here to celebrate their team.
So Joey Cruz, the black singlet from Iowa, the transfer from Oklahoma. Stalemate will send these wrestlers back to the middle as Cooper Flint is the NCAA qualifier. He transferred from Virginia Tech. He was 42-15 in 3 years competing in the ACC.
What Flynn's going to have to deal with here, Zach, is just that heavy right-hand collar tie. You see that Joey Cruz likes to hit that. He'll come, bop you in the head, but that heavy right-hand collar, he'll work that hard, and a lot of times he'll move from that right into that, knee pad leg right there, hit that collar tie, and hit that shot. He was really successful against that against McCrow from Ohio State, and really got out after it. Came out like he shot out of a cannon. I think that Hawkeyes are expecting that type of performance from him, and he gets people off of that. There's the shot in a decent position. It's Cruz.
Cruz in on the legs, struggling to be able to finish here, and a stalemate will send these wrestlers back to the center.
Cruz is getting to his tie right there. He drops in on that shot. That's what we're looking for. He's got a great position to be able to drive. He's got to come out the back door. He's pretty effective in this. And this is where we saw him do pretty well against McCrone. He scores off of it.
And it's Joey Cruz with the first takedown. Cruz was in on the legs a couple of times, finds a way to finish.
And that's what he does. He just does a great job of coming out the back door.
These two will send back to the center with Joey Cruz in the top spot.
14 seconds, Zach. Still enough time to be able to get out and get an answering escape.
Stay set, now green. Give me a pause.
Flynn up to his feet, trying to break the hands and get out. He's got short time to work with in the first.
Gets him off of his feet and a nice mat return right there. 4 seconds left. That's a solid period for Cruz. Position here, waiting for Flynn to basically go over the top of it.
Joey Cruz is 2-5 against ranked opponents this season. Cooper Flynn is 4-3. Here's Flynn, looking to be able to get his first takedown.
Notice how Cruz is trying to dish that right leg up underneath the left armpit right there. Right there in that position, it makes it really difficult to be able to score. Jaron Quincy, the official, asking both athletes to go for it, but Flynn in that position settled for the stalemate. But great job by Cruz in that situation, fishing that right leg over and making it more difficult. Time that Flynn was able to get to the leg. Only a minute 13. He's got to go right now. This is the period to go ahead and do it.
A lot of confidence in Joey Cruz these last couple of weeks. They were looking for answers here at 125. Coach Tom Brady said, I think he emerges the guy for that Wisconsin duel. And a stall warning coming against Cooper Flynn.
Yeah. Cruz is feeling it right now. Taking territory, scooping up that leg. Right there. Shooting him off the mat. Chance for Cooper Flynn to get a little bit of coaching in this situation. Still plenty of time for him to get a shot, but he's got to go now. See, just allowing himself
30 seconds remaining.
Tied up by that right collar right there one more time, just on that right collar. It's not a position that Flynn can get his offense off of. And one more time, it just gets that right collar and takes position. Throws a couple of hands to the face along with it. Clearly the aggressor so far in this match.
Cooper Flynn's already been charged a warning for stalling. And we'll go to the third period. Joey Cruz with the lone takedown.
Talking to Terry. Terry has the voice of Cruz. He understands how imperative this match, this lead is in this situation. Nice mat return. Followed it up with a cross face. Joe Cruz coming up with a good tight waist tilt right there. Roll through, attempt by Flynn. Suck back, and we'll take this position here because a reversal of all this riding time that Cruz has right there is making it a little bit easier to be ridden.
Keep working here.
Joey Cruz done a really nice job at the top spot. He had a mat return at the end of the first, and yet another mat return here in the third.
Yep, now a scramble position, but Cruz doing a nice job of keeping his head up in this position. Post on that right hand. He's good position. Blood timeout. This is just a really well wrestled match. If you're Cooper Flynn, you want to try to get a quick escape. You come back up, no back pressure, so you're just going ahead and hand fighting right in here. It's taking a little bit of time. And the problem with that escape series right there, there's just no hip separation, you know? When you come up and you fight hands like that, but you throw your rear end into them, you can hold them even though your arms are not locked right in that position.
That's good to see him. Minute 47 seconds of riding time. What's Cooper Flynn got to do to get out of this?
Split the hands right now, get walking. He's got 40 seconds. Needs to go ahead and get a takedown and ride out. Looks like they tie this match. He's in on the leg.
Effectively a 4-1 match right now. Cruz has the riding time secured.
Let's see if he can roll his head out. His head's kind of stuffed in the middle right there. Trying to come out the back door. He's got an opportunity to scoop that bottom leg. But once again, that left leg is over the top of the left arm.
10 seconds to work with. Cooper Flynn.
He gets it.
Has the takedown. Cooper Flynn in the third scores 4 to tie this thing up.
Well, I don't know if he realizes that he's got to go back and wrestle the overtime here. He took his headgear off. Now it's back to work. Heavy collar tie again.
Sudden victory. 2 minutes on the clock. First to score wins it.
Which guy is going to be able to do what he wants to do to dictate his match? You see Flynn coming out of his stance a little bit. Cruz coming back. His head's on the mat. He'd be stepping up into good position. Flynn re-attacking here. Coming underneath. He's got an opportunity to allow to push back into him.
Cruz has the leg.
He's gotten lower on the leg. He's continued to driving his feet right here. He'll score.
And the takedown for Joey Cruz in sudden victory with a big-time win to get it started for Iowa. Joey Cruz was the aggressor early on, and he wins it by decision in sudden victory.
Here is our pick at number 1. McCrone last weekend, a 9-0 major decision over Cooper Flynn. He fell 3-2 to Jacob Moran. That was last Sunday. And TJ, they call him Lightning Luke for a reason. Speed never slumps.
Yeah, he's really speedy, and it's a contrasted styles here. McCrone, long length, they got great leverage and really good on top. He wants to get into a wrestling position and see what happens. It's interesting. You mentioned Moran beating McCrone. Well, a couple of years ago when Luke was wrestling in an college open, he got beat by Moran as well, so they have a common foe. But Luke Lildahl, really what a great start for a true freshman.
Lildahl from Weldon Spring, Missouri. And here is Lildahl in on a single leg and a switch off outside the double. And it's a takedown for Luke Lildahl. The Nittany Lion leading at 3-0, 60 seconds in.
Well, you talked about the Lightning. He's so crisp. When he gets in on a finish, he finishes really quickly. He did it clean there.
14-1, as I mentioned, 9 bonus point victories, 7 tech falls. Won a Missouri State title at Christian Brothers College High School before heading to Wyoming Seminary in Kingston, Pennsylvania, a couple-time prep national champion. And he's got riding time, Tim, over 30 seconds as McCrone looking to build a base.
Yeah, well, he's stretching out. Littledahl is stretching out McCrone very effectively. McCrone needs to do exactly what he's doing here. Get to his knees, then get to his feet, get the hand control. They go out of bounds.
They call them the Young Bucks. And they are turning into veterans. Just over 60 seconds remaining in this first period. Littledahl with a takedown, riding time over a minute. And he wants to get back to work on his feet as he cuts the Buckeye. 3-1 score, nice ankle pick from Littledahl. Treetops a single leg, the back trip, and the finish was that crisp.
Yeah, this is not the match that McCrone wants as far as Littledahl. He's just picking him apart on his feet. And Littledahl is one of the best in the world on his feet. He's proven that. So, you know, in age group world competition, there's hardly anybody out there that's better on their feet than Littledahl, and he's showing it tonight.
Living on the legs in this first period, looking for his third takedown. He's got just over 20 seconds to work with. Waterfall position there by McCrone. Short time in this first period.
Now this is where McCrone can hang out and make things happen, and so he didn't have that opportunity to even get into the waterfall position in those first two takedowns.
It's a dynasty. 11 of the last 13 NCAA championships, 3 straight. Of course, beating second place Cornell last March by over 100 points. And many would say, Tim, this might be the best of Cale Sanderson's teams at Penn State.
Yeah, and it's not too long until we'll find out, because it all depends on those 3 days in March on what you do there.
And this is where McCrone is really good in this top position. Crossbody ride, a leg, and he's dangerous here.
Well, and this is why the last 30 seconds was important, and not giving up a third takedown in the first period. McCrone did a nice job of staying in that scramble. Now only 4 points away, and you know, with the takedown and the near falls, these can be made up real fast. You can see he's very comfortable. He can slap on cradles from anywhere, and it looks like he's working to try to get that head to the knee, but Littledahl doing a nice job of keeping the head apart from the knee.
And he's got that cradle.
And he's
McCrone has Littledahl on his back. McCrone looking for a fall, and this crowd goes crazy for McCrone. I talked about it, Tim. Came out to some Phil Collins. Been waiting for this moment all my life. It just happened.
Well, it was his moment.